Ladies and gentlemen, the next presidential candidate, Gooeys.
So, Mr. Gooey, what is your plan on illegal immigration?
The truth is that the new presidential pizza from Gooeys Pizza is the greatest pizza in the world. I promise you there is not a better pizza.
Right. So, what are you going to do about the unemployment rate?
The presidential pizza is topped with sun-dried tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, spinach, feta cheese, pesto, and a balsamic glaze. We're going to create a lot of jobs so everyone can enjoy that quality.
And what are your thoughts on the crisis in the Middle East?
The key to success in the Middle East is using the freshest ingredients, just like Gooeys Pizza.
How do you feel about global warming?
Gooeys presidential pizza is always hot. It's definitely the hottest pizza in town, probably the hottest pizza in the world. There are a lot of other pizza places out there, but Gooeys is the hottest.
What qualifies you to be the best president ever?
Gooeys Pizza is a winner. Gooeys has won Best Pizza in Wayne County for 6 years. That's a winning pizza place right there. Winners eat at Gooeys Pizza.
So, you're only a winner if you eat at Gooeys Pizza?
That's not what I said at all. Winners do eat at Gooeys Pizza, but they also eat at Angel's Fine Dining.
Paid for by Gooeys Pizza.
Hello, my name is Chad Neesmith from Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC of Jesup. At Neesmith, we have the biggest inventory of new and used vehicles around. We also have the best prices guaranteed. We know everyone wants the best vehicle at the best price. At Neesmith, we'll give you just that. We sell all makes and models from Lexuses, Nissans, BMWs, and of course all GM and domestic cars too. Best of all, if we don't have the vehicle on the lot you want, we can get it for you in just a day or two, tops. All we ask at Neesmith is before you buy to give us a chance to save you some money. We will have the best prices and give you the most for your trade guaranteed. So don't pay too much. Come and see us today and let us show you how we can get you into the vehicle you want at the lowest price, guaranteed. Only at Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC of Jesup on Highway 341 towards Brunswick, or visit us online at neesmithnow.com. That's neesmithnow.com or at 912-427-2045. There ain't nothing wrong with the right price.
Local news on WIFO.
It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, Wayne County Superior Court in session this week with the jury trial in the case of the state of Georgia versus 61-year-old Donnie Fussell. He's charged with rape. The alleged victim, his stepdaughter, and in testimony Tuesday, was 14 at the time the abuse began and was 17 when she became pregnant with Fussell's child, a baby boy. Taking the stand as the defense's first witness was Fussell's wife, Veronica Fussell. Her testimony on Tuesday is, quote, "I don't believe my husband had sex with my daughter. The reason is because I talked to God and asked him if this was true, and God said that it was not true, so I believe in all my heart that my husband did not have sex with my daughter," end quote. GBI forensic biologist Jessica Romanowski testified that she did the DNA test and the possibility of Donnie Fussell being the biological father of his stepdaughter's child is 99.9999%, meaning there's only a 0.1% that he is not the father. Assistant DA Katie Gropper cross-examined Veronica Fussell, asking, quote, "You do know there's only one way to conceive a child, don't you?" Veronica Fussell testified that she knew that, but still will not believe that this occurred between her daughter and her husband. Gropper asked, "Do you have any hard feelings against your daughter?" To which Veronica answered, "No, I love my daughter." Asked if she held any hard feelings or resentment towards her husband, the defendant. Again, Veronica Fussell testified that she loved her husband and was still living with him. Together they have 2 children. Veronica Fussell has 6 children in all, one being the alleged victim. State called the stepdaughter to the witness stand, and the jury heard her story. She says the sexual encounters began when she was 14 years old and always when her mother was not home, but her younger siblings were at home, and she testified she did not yell or put up much resistance because she was afraid that the defendant would start abusing her younger sister. DFACS became involved when she told a friend at school. The police investigated and filed incest charges against the defendant. Stepdaughter says that her mother became depressed and upset, and being worried about her mother, she recanted her story to police, and charges were dropped, and Fussell was able to move back in, but the stepdaughter moved out and moved to New Jersey, where the child was born. Years later, she came back to Jesup with the child, married, looking for assistance for the child, but questions arose about who the father of the child was, and police reopened the case and presented the case to the grand jury as a rape case, thus the charge in the case in court. The defense doesn't believe it's a rape case. In fact, when the state closed its evidence portion of the trial on Tuesday, defense attorney Jonathan Lockwood asked for a directed verdict, stating that there is no evidence of force or threats. The assistant DA says the alleged victim in her testimony talked about fear and intimidation, and the state asked that the issue be decided by the jury in this case, and that is what Judge Roger Lane ruled on Tuesday. The defense will continue bringing their witnesses to the stand today. The case should go to the jury sometime this afternoon, and we should have a verdict sometime today. Once we get a verdict, we'll have a full report here on our local news on Thursday. Once again, it's the only jury trial scheduled for this week. And WIFO-FM continues to follow the criminal court proceedings at the Wayne County Courthouse. Jesup City Commissioners met last night. We'll come back, take a look at that and other news right after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
For over 60 years, Altamaha Federal Credit Union has been a part of our community. Folks you know and trust, always here when you need us. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary by bringing you better ways to handle your money, by updating our system and implementing great new features and benefits to you, like an automated phone number that allows you quick, safe, and easy access to your account 24/7, the ability to transfer funds and send money to anyone with just a few simple steps, the security of e-statements, no more hard copies through the mail, and you can set up text alerts that give you instant information about your account. Here's to another 60 years of making life easy for our members. More community involvement and continuing to be more efficient, safe, secure, stronger, and better than ever. Drop by anytime or visit us online at altamaha.org and join us today to reap the benefits of a financial institution that's run by hometown people with a hometown attitude toward service. Come home to Altamaha Federal Credit Union, Jesup, Ludowisi, and Scriven.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties for over 13 years. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the only nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our new administrative offices, located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, have opened recently as Phase 1 of our building project. Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak to someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
Jesup City Commissioners met Tuesday evening. A very short meeting. On the agenda was the first reading to amend the dates and times for city meetings, as commissioners are opting to go to just one meeting per month rather than two. First reading passed. They'll have the second reading at their next official meeting. They also discussed the possibility of staggered terms for city commissioners, but no decision on that item at this time. Simply a discussion, as cost of an election every 2 years a concern, as it costs about $20,000 to hold a city election. Commissioner Bill Harvey believes staggered terms will work because he says there's a learning curve to be a commissioner. He says it's not good when an entire board is replaced at one time and all new commissioners are elected with no experience. Harvey says he would be willing to be one of the staggered terms next election. He says other commissioners have also agreed for the possibility of staggered terms for city commissioners. Once again, no decision made on Tuesday. Commissioners awarded the loan bid for the James Johnson Connector sidewalk. It came in at $52,730 after negotiations with the city from the company. Again, the city rebid the project, seeking other bidders, but again, only received the one bid, that from Curb and Gutter Professionals. With negotiations, City Engineer Bill Schuman was able to get the original bid of $73,630 down to $52,730. City only had budgeted $50,000 for the project, but will use other funds to pick up the $2,000 difference. Now, let's look at your city meeting from Tuesday. County Commissioners have a special call meeting for tomorrow, Thursday, April 21st at 3 p.m. at the County Commissioners meeting room. On the agenda, a presentation from Philip Fletcher on refinancing hospital bonds, Solid Waste Authority funding, Mike Deal on hand to talk about a rescue truck, executive session to discuss personnel. Again, that takes place tomorrow at 3 p.m. We conclude our interviews from our elected officials on hand at the Chamber of Commerce's Post-Legislative Forum. Monday, we heard from State Representative Chad Nimmer. Tuesday, State Representative Bill Werkheiser. Today, we hear from Senator Tommy Williams, who's retiring in December after 19 years of service in Atlanta. Here's our conversation with Senator Tommy Williams.
Well, I've had a great career up there. I've started back when Roy Barnes got elected. I was in the minority party, and then that all got switched over. When Sonny got elected, I moved up to the majority leader and eventually to pro tem and chaired transportation a couple times. I had a really good career and made a lot of friends and made a whole lot of friends in Wayne County. I think I probably got as many friends in Wayne as I do my home county, but it's been a good career. But there's a time to serve and a time to let somebody else serve, and so it's time for me to go home. I got some young kids and work on my business and do some other things.
Here today for the Post-Legislative Forum, you mentioned disappointment with the governor's veto. Your thoughts on the veto? It's got a lot of publicity. He's sticking by his veto. A lot of people disappointed.
Well, religious liberties, and this is not to say people can't have difference of opinion. I believe that they should. That's what makes America great. But these are long-held religious beliefs since Adam and Eve, frankly, that that people don't need to be, they need to be able to hold those beliefs without compromising them and without being sued over them. And so I think the governor made the wrong decision. Maybe the bill was a little more complicated than he would have liked for it to be in, or maybe, this is an issue that the federal government ought to be looking at. But when the federal government's just dysfunctional, they can't pass a bill up there of any significance. So we felt like it needed to be done. The Senate did it twice. Last year, this year, we were hoping the governor would sign it. Unfortunately, didn't.
Budget always the big item. Again, the state has to balance their budget. Education, you said, again, takes priority. Recently, at the school board meeting, they talked about the governor's recommending a 3% pay raise across the board. Local school systems want to know where that money's coming from. Your thoughts on that?
Well, the governor gave $400 million to QBE. Some schools would be able to give a bonus. Some schools will be able to do away with furlough days, but it's a significant amount of money. Frankly, we had not given the state employees a pay raise in 7 years. They got a 3% pay raise. Law enforcement, GBI, and the State Patrol, which we were losing people, and we needed to keep them, we gave them a 6% pay raise. The best thing we did for teachers are two things they really wanted: less testing and and better evaluation of the teacher. We did both of those that favor the public school teacher and the public administrators. They were doing too much testing, and they were over-evaluated or evaluated the wrong way. I mean, a teacher would be evaluated on a kid that didn't even show up to class. I mean, you can't do that. So I think the best thing we did for them is make teaching a little easier, at least in the busy paperwork part of it. That's what they asked for, so we did that. I think that's where we really helped teachers out the most.
Been on the Transportation Committee today. Students came, asked for a traffic light, Joey Williamson Road, where they go into their school, Highway 84. Your thoughts on that? They said that DOT's continue to deny that request. As you mentioned, it doesn't take fatality. Sometimes it just takes accidents. But again, your thoughts, as you mentioned, you know about this issue.
Actually, this is the first I've heard about the issue today. But I still chair transportation. I will to the end of the year. I'm going to make it known that this is something that I think is important. The kids think it's important. We should put the red light up if nothing but for the kids to know that they can get involved and make a difference. I mean, I'm sure it's important, or they wouldn't be asking for it. Just because it doesn't make the tragedy count doesn't mean it's not a problem. I've helped communities get red lights all over my district, and oftentimes it takes fatalities to do it. But I'm going to work on it and see if I can't convince DOT to put a red light up there.
Someone's going to take your place, two guys running. You know one really well. Your thoughts on that race? Are you going to get involved in that race? Will you go out and campaign for Blake, or will you sit back and just let the process take place?
Well, Blake worked for me at the Capitol for 2 years. He's an outstanding young man. I like Delvis as well. Blake has been the chairman of the county commission for 4 years in Toombs County. Frankly, that county commission and the cities were all in disarray, suing one another. He straightened all that out. He's got a lot of skills. I'm supporting Blake because, I like to think about folks as what's the upside to this person? Could they be a leader in the Senate? Could they be the governor one day? Lieutenant governor, Speaker of the House? Do they have those kind of skills? I think he has those kind of skills.
Okay, Tommy, always good to see you. Again, they said they want to see you at the eggs and issues. They can properly give you their thanks. But
it's
again,
been
anybody
good. I would like to
thank
express our friendship. You've been very fair to me, which is your job is to be fair. And you've been very fair, probably more than fair to me, but I want to let you know that I appreciate what you do.
Well, it's been a fun relationship. Appreciate it.
Well, I'm not going. I mean, I'll be back down here.
You'll be down in Wayne County. We'll see each other.
I got to come down here and check on you if nothing else.
There you go. And again, those comments of Senator Williams. Williams and Delvis done a war of words about Williams' endorsement of Tillery. We'll bring you that story on Thursday's newscast. Wayne County Chamber of Commerce elected by the community to attend a ribbon cutting tomorrow for Dr. Heather Campbell's office. The event is going to be held at 10 a.m. on Thursday, April 21st at 930 South 1st Street. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
For over 60 years, Altamaha Federal Credit Union has been a part of our community. Folks you know and trust, always here when you need us. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary by bringing you better ways to handle your money, by updating our system and implementing great new features and benefits to you, like an automated phone number that allows you quick, safe, and easy access to your account 24/7, the ability to transfer funds and send money to anyone with just a few simple steps, the security of e-statements, no more hard copies through the mail, and you can set up text alerts that give you instant information about your account. Here's to another 60 years of making life easy for our members. More community involvement and continuing to be more efficient, safe, secure, stronger, and better than ever. Drop by anytime or visit us online at altamaha.org and join us today to reap the benefits of a financial institution that's run by hometown people with a hometown attitude towards service. Come home to Altamaha Federal Credit Union, Jesup, Ludowisi, and Scriven.
Come out for some karaoke fun at Jesup's local hotspot Sidetracks. There'll be a karaoke contest each Thursday at 8 and Saturday at 7, ending on April 30th. Sidetracks has free darts and pool on Saturday, $10 buckets every day, and $3.50 shots on Thursdays. So join the karaoke fun on Thursday and Saturday at Jesup's local hotspot. See you soon at Sidetracks, 391 Lanesbridge Road, Jesup.
With approved credit plus dealer processing fee, restrictions apply. See dealer for details. The big 28th anniversary celebration is going on now at Walker Jones Chevrolet Buick in Waycross. Save thousands off all remaining 2015s and get 0% financing for 72 months. Plus, get Walker Jones limited lifetime powertrain warranty on every new Chevy or Buick we sell. And don't forget to register for your chance to putt for $28,000. Walker Jones Chevrolet Buick in Waycross. Online at walkerjoneschevrolet.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Final notes news, the Wayne County High School Spring Play for 2016 is a comedy entitled One Wife Too Many. It's going to take place Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the K. Cagle Theater of Performing Arts at Wayne County High School. Doors open at 6:30 each night. Seats are first come, first served. Tickets are $7 each and can be purchased at the door or in advance from any cast or crew member or the front desk at Wayne County High School. Again, they ask you to come enjoy a night of laughter and fun with the high school drama department. Again, the first show is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Altamaha Classic Cruisers Cruising to the Oldies, sponsored by the R&R Auto and Camper Sales, takes place this Saturday in downtown Jesup from 9 to 2:30. Registration from 9 to 11, judging at 11 and to 12, and trophy and plaques will be awarded at 1:30. Again, everyone invited to the event. Also this weekend, a couple of events on the river. The Altamaha River Run set for April 23rd at 8:30 a.m. Again, they're going to have two takeout points. The 11-mile paddle begins at Pig Farm, Oglethorpe Landing. The 16-mile paddle begins at JC Landing. Registration $20 per paddler prior to the event, $25 on the day of the event. Children 10 and under paddle for free. If you need more information, simply call the Tourism Board office. Again, it all takes place this Saturday, April 23rd at 8:30 a.m. Also, don't forget the boat racing this weekend at Lake Grace. The lake will be closed to the public for this event. Again, the boat races are back at Lake Grace for the weekend. The 2016 American Power Boat Association Winter Nationals will be held April 21st to the 24th at Lake Grace. Sponsored by Peace River Outboard Racing Association. The racing will begin at approximately 11 a.m. each morning, Friday through Sunday. Thursday's test and tune-up day. Again, they remind you that the lake will be closed to public boating for this event. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports can join in a few minutes. Bob Morganson, have a great day.
You've been listening to local news on WIFO.
At First Southern Bank, we understand that when you're